Hey people, so I wanted to get into something about getting back to my on being a master series here. The idea of turning on and off being a master or a mistress, depending on which gender you happen to be and which way you decide you want to identify, because there are plenty of masters who are women, and there's a few mistresses who happen to be men too. So, whatever you want to call it, the base concept of being a master or mistress is what I'm talking about. I think if you get to this stage, you get to this point, that you've been doing it like I have for 20-something years, over 20 years, getting close to 25, that you come to a realization you can't turn it off. And if you can, I don't really believe that you should take the title of master. Master is something you are, not something that, that you just wake up one morning and go, I'm a master. No. It's something you work for. It's something you spend your lifetime trying to get down right. And trust me, 25 years of doing this, I'm still making massive mistakes. I'm still doing things that are, that are not right. And there's just no way I'm going to be able to fix that. It's just either going, I try to fix what I can and I try to move forward. But one of the things that I've come to the realization, and this is something I've realized for a while now, is you can't turn it off. I can't just go, oh, I'm normal and vanilla now. I can't. It's impossible for me to do that. It is literally impossible for me. I am a dominant human being, regardless of whether I am meant to be dominating someone or not. This is part of who I am. I am somebody who likes to dominate conversations. I am somebody that, who likes to be right. I like to do everything I can to try to make it, what I'm doing and what I'm saying, I want to be important. Whether it is or isn't is relative, but I try my best to be right, to make sure that I'm not telling people something I don't, either is not real or I don't believe in. And this is one of the things that when you're doing this and doing this right, you just are a master or a mistress. You just are. You can try to hide it, you can try to pretend that it's not real, you can try to do all of these things, but the reality is, from the second you wake up in the morning to the second you go to sleep, that you are who you are. From even in dreams I've done, I've been a master. Even in situations where BDSM was not involved, I just take charge. I just take control. And I hate when I'm dealing with somebody who doesn't know what the hell they're doing. I'd rather talk and deal with people who know what they're doing and can work on my level. And I know that sounds arrogant, and I know that sounds rude, but honestly, I don't care. That's part of the luxury of being what I am, especially in this community. I am MasterHook. That is who I am. And whether you like it or not is irrelevant to me. This is who I am. This is what I am. This is what I do. When I am with my girls, I am their master. When I am, at the movies with them, I am their master. When I am doing whatever, I could be at dinner, I could be at a friend's house, I could be around their kids, I could be around their family, I am still their master. Even though the titles may not necessarily be used, that is irrelevant. Part of what you have to learn when you get to the stage is how to turn it up and turn it down, because it's impossible to turn it off. You can find ways to change the energy and move the energy around so that you can, serve, but you're serving in a manner of which you are still being a dominant. You are taking control. And I've said this on many occasions. To me, what a good slave is, a really, really good slave, is a dominant who chooses to submit. That's really what it is. But if you're going to be a master or a mistress, and you're going to take on the title, and you're going to actually try to live it, you have to understand it's not something that you can just put on like a coat. It is who you are. It infects your being. It becomes every part of what you are. And if you cannot handle that, then don't call yourself a master. Don't call yourself a mistress. Okay? Call yourself a sir, call yourself a lady. Don't call yourself a master, don't call yourself a mistress. This is something, a title that should be reserved for a specific group of people. This is something that if you think, that you can walk away from this, then don't call yourself it. Don't waste your time or energy or think that you're accomplishing anything by doing that. This lifestyle will envelop you. It will take you over. It will become who you are as a human being. And if you don't want to do that, don't call yourself master. Don't call yourself mistress. Understand when you are a master, that you are responsible for hundreds of decisions every day. Yes, you may not be doing the physical lifting. You may not be the one who's, who has to do these things, but you have to make decisions. And they could be something big, they could be something small, but you still have to make the decisions, and you have to make the decisions with the knowledge that what you're doing is right for the person you're doing it with. One of my girls doesn't use personal pronouns with me. One of my other girls does. One of my girls has to use sir every time that she says anything to me. Other ones don't. You do what's right for the person you're with. You do what's right for the individual that you're working with. If you come in and say, here's one set of rules, here's one set of guidelines, and that's all there is, and that's it, you're not going to succeed. The reason I have my core rules, and the reason that I put them in videos and so that you can go see them, is so that you can use them. These rules are meant to be the guidelines. These are the 4 pillars that are holding up what I do. Everything else outside of those 4 rules is bendable. Every one of them. No matter what the rule is, every one of them is bendable. But the bottom line is, I have to understand that part of my job is to make these choices, make these decisions. But the thing is that if I was just doing it part-time, I couldn't really do what I needed to do to make sure my girls are doing what they need to do and make sure they're happy. So, and at this point I'm just going to start repeating myself. So, please like, subscribe, all that other stuff YouTube wants you to do. Comment, I got it. Comment if you would like, if you want to talk to me. There's plenty of ways to get a hold of me. That's it for now. Be well and safe.